18 years ago, we built a company in New York called Standard Media Index, and we built data systems inside the world's biggest media agencies. And essentially, we tracked $500 billion of ad spend. And it was fascinating because we saw it from the very beginning when Facebook turned their ads on and just take all the money out of the market. This year, they will take $200 billion globally, $100 billion in the US. And at the same time, I saw the literal implosion of publishing and media, all other media channels, local media, all these really critical community constructs that support us. And the crazy thing was, not only do they only deliver 0.04% engagement on an ad, but all the media companies gave away their freedom, their power. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. They literally gave it all away. And there was a stat that came out 8 years ago, the Federal Reserve in the US, saying 40% of all Americans can't find $400 in an emergency. And it was at that moment, realizing that Zuckerberg and Meta make about $400 a year from every one of us, that we, the people, have become the largest unpaid workforce in human history. And at the same time, we saw the division and the hate and the abusive algorithms, where humanity's been in an abusive relationship with the technology that enslaves us. Now it's time to really break free. And so 8 years ago, we set about reimagining and re-architecting and building the future of social and redesigning it. And on the surface, it looks and feels like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter had a love baby with a conscience without any toxic abuse. And every time you choose to spend your precious time watching an ad, money goes into your in-app wallet that you can use to pay your bills, your Spotify, your Netflix, etc. Because we want to shift $400 a year back into the pockets of 800 million people on the planet. But we knew we had to address three things. First was eradicate the toxicity. And so that meant, and by the way, that at the time, 3 years ago, was an impossible task. But what George Tascos, our amazing, brilliant CTO, has done is actually build recognition technology across every video, image, comment, profile, and trained AI models, built AI to eradicate the toxicity. And by the way, that fuels freedom of speech because people aren't scared of having rocks and abuse thrown at them anymore. So the first thing was, let's make it safe. The second thing was, how do we build a world that's inspiring and exciting and eliminate the algorithms? We've done it. We've done that in the way that we've constructed the feeds with links out from every post. You know how you can't do that on Instagram? Well, now you can link out. Because big tech hasn't just controlled what we see and how we feel, but they control who sees us. They've so cleverly addicted us to our own egos. The race they've created is, how many followers do you have? How many followers do you have? And yet, only around 5% of our followers actually see us because the algorithms restrict it, and under 1% engage. So we've made it safe, eradicated the algorithms, and given people freedom to go out. And the third thing that we've done is transformed the economic model. So you choose, in Frank's words, use your voice. You choose if and when you want to watch an ad. Interestingly, people want to watch ads because they feel loved and valued here. And every time they do, money drops into their central wallet. So what does this mean for people? What does this mean for America? Well, it means freedom, creative freedom. It means economic liberation, And it means ultimately protection. What's it mean for communities? Well, it's transformative for charities. When I built SMI, I saw that $1 billion a year was what charities were spending on Meta alone. Now, they don't have to do that. They're actually recipients. Their whole audience sees them. So I was speaking to Zach Justice last night. He has 1.1 million followers. When his algorithms are unlocked, when that 1.1 million followers can follow him and see him, he will be 1/10 as big as CBS in terms of the power of his voice. It unlocks everything and turns every human into a media channel. Taylor Swift won't have to switch off comments because of the hate. She will be reaching 280 million people, which makes her... Actually, she won't be singing at the halftime entertainment at the Super Bowl. She'll be bidding for the rights to host the Super Bowl on TaylorSwift.com. So it's unlocking all of that. And the same for all the publishers. We've got over 100 publishers on board who have partnered with us. All of them are seeing more organic engagement on 8 than Instagram, and it means a path to freedom. And so it's very exciting because they can drive people back to their own and operated channels, and people can use their subscriptions from their 8 wallet to pay for their subscriptions. So it's all about pumping money back to people and publishers. And most importantly, these are the companies that are paying Meta $200 billion a year. Now we need to wake them up so that they shift that money back into the hands of the people. So this is the time for freedom. This is the time for economic liberation, Frank, and this is time to bring people home. America is the land of the free and the home of the brave. And this is the time that America can show the world what that really, really means.
We once thought we were connected, but slowly we lost control. Our voices drowned out. Algorithms decided who we should see, who we should be, how we should feel. Words were weaponized, words of hate, engulfing hope. A psychological toll. Silent battles fought in every scroll. The product became us. The largest unpaid workforce in human history. We say, no more. It's time to take back our value, our privacy, our identity, and theirs. It's time to unite our voices and reclaim what's ours. Let's take social media back. WeAre8, the people's platform.
Freedom.